Can you imagine the scariest decks to face in Yu-Gi-Oh right now? All budget decks?
What did he say?
Budget, fellas. We are eating well. Scariest decks in Yu-Gi-Oh are budget. They are cheap. They are affordable. A quick disclaimer: the decks I'm gonna be featuring in these videos are decks who have top or won big tournaments within the last month or two. So you know for sure these decks are putting in the book. But let's see why they are scary. The first deck we have on the list is Tempai Dragons. Tempai Dragons is a powerful synchro based deck. Yeah, with one motive, one goal, man, one focus. It's OTK, bro. That's it. That's it. The main strategy is going second and pushing for game. Now, bear in mind, based on the design of the deck, this is relatively easy. The deck plays a slew of hand traps, right? And as you can see, yeah, it plays shifter. We all know shifter based decks are shifter makes anything win easier. The deck plays a slew of hand traps. The deck also plays so many blowout cards. But this help. But oh my goodness, the fill spell is where things get crazy. This one is a searcher, and two, as the first effect reads, during your main phase 1, your fire dragon, which are all your monsters, are unaffected by your opponent's activated card. So, yeah, if you don't know what that means, it means nothing works against them. Bro, this is crazy. Once this card hits the field, you're already about to shit your pants. It's quite scary, right? The deck builds its border, and when I say build border, I mean summon 2 dragon monsters and then proceeds to battle phase. And once this deck proceeds to battle phase, you may have already lost the duel, because the deck mounts so much damage, like easily. Like you playing this deck and this deck goes battle phase, yeah, there's a chance you've lost. The deck doesn't play past 2 turns most time, that is. Once played right, that is also. And with the slew of hand traps and the slew of board breakers, quite easy, paired with the field spell, bro. it hurts. All right, so like we all are thinking, okay, the deck OTK is like crazy. It has enough support to allow it to do this. Let's just force the deck to play first. Yeah, this is everybody's mindset until we get to read this card, Heatwave. Yeah, bro. I think this card is the kind of fear the most in this deck. The entire deck is scary, but you force the Tempai Dragon to play first and they hit you with a Heat Wave. At the start of your main phase 1, which is the Tempai player, neither player can normal summon or special summon effect monsters until your next draw phase, the Tempai player. So basically, they're gonna activate this card and pass, and you are gonna watch all your monsters, bad cards, offensive card, whatever card in your hand, or the opponent that is, and you can't do anything. You're most likely gonna just set a monster or maybe set a back row. But who fears your back row? We don't fear back row because we have the field spell that protects us from
Everything.
like, bro, the deck is straight up scary, and it's now budget. Now, if you think this deck is scary, let's see the other. Like Tempai Dragon, Gimmick Puppet wants to play first. The deck is specialized in FTK, so if you didn't know, first turn kills. My goodness, bro. This deck is scary as can be. Gimmick Puppets are all about exceed summoning. Spam exceed monsters, distributing thing counters, and destroying monsters to inflict burn damage. It's quite easy during your first turn. Your opponent is gonna burn you for 8,000 plus damage. Unlike Tempai Dragon, you may get a chance to play Yugioh. If Gimmick Puppet, nah, bro. If you lose the dice roll, the only Yugioh you're gonna be playing is swinging the dice roll, and then GG. All right, yeah, you think, okay, we have hand traps. Nah. No, apparently you guys have not read Mansion of the Dreadful Doors, the field spell. If this was not a budget deck, this card would maybe be double digits in figures, because this card has 3 effects. 1, it's a searcher. 2, it's a protector. and free, it's an extender. Yeah, but the craziest part of it is the fact that it will search your combos and one, gatherings, clear my throat. Gimmick puppet monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, which is not important now because it's turn 1, and are unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent monsters, except X, Y, Z's. Turn 1, your opponent has no X, Y, Z monster in the field. So, some of the hand traps may just be useless. Right? But that's not all. But that's not all. That's not all. There's this guy. There's Biscuit Doll. You can punish this card, and your opponent cannot target your gimmick puppet monsters for the entire turn. So in case you were thinking, alright, yeah, okay, so then my monster hand traps are not working. However, I have Imperm, bro. Nah, you're gonna hold your Imperm in your face. Just like Tempai Dragons, guys. The deck has a field spell to protect it, to do the job, to facilitate. Bro, that's what we do. We came to FTK. You're gonna hold that in your face. Do you know how scary this is? Imagine not having any hand traps against a deck that has so many access to the cards that can allow it to FTK, and you have 0 hand traps. Because sometimes the hand trap can squeeze sometimes maybe the right hand trap at the right time can't help. Yeah, but sometimes that's what. And this is what makes this deck so scary, guys. So scary. Who hell loves playing against Flu? Oh my goodness, playing against Flu is so not nice, bro. I swear. I really hate playing against this deck. This deck, like, once this deck pulls up, it's like, bro, my chances of losing this duel is very high rocket level. Flounder is, guys, a powerful control-oriented deck that excels at disrupting the opponent boards while making their own board. So basically, you neg the opponent to plus yourself. Bro, this is nice Yugioh, I won't lie. Still doesn't change the fact that I hate this deck. I don't like seeing this deck. I don't like playing against this deck. This deck is just straight up crazy. One of the biggest culprit in this deck is MPEM. Searcher, Extender, Stunner. Right? Yeah, basically, yeah. This card is not fun. This card is ridiculous. If this card is on the field, you can't put your monsters, especially summon monsters in attack, because they won't have no effect. So if your deck is a link-oriented deck, GG's, my guy. You won't have fun. So you're not forced to put your monsters in defense to play Yu-Gi-Oh! To just play around this card. But then again, we are forgetting some of the other scary cards in the deck. The deck is a shifter deck. I mean, we all know any deck that plays shifter, it's no fun to play against. Like shifter, and this is one of the best decks to play shifter, because this deck can manipulate his graveyard. Right, so you can get a shifter turn free. Yeah, I hate playing this deck. The deck is really scary. The deck is really scary. Plays hand traps, plays blowout cards, and the deck itself blows you out. Cards like this, you can just get rid of your card for free. Nah, bro. And then Pimp searches all these cards. The trap card, Book of Moon plus set multiple monsters. But there's more, right? And I'm seeing a female, right? All these decks I've mentioned before, all of them have a crazy field spell. This guy is a searcher and doesn't want you to normal summon. Can you imagine normal summoning against this deck, and all of a sudden the opponent now has 5 monsters on the field, including MPM. Sometimes they will have an Omni Negate, Avion, or you know what? Best yet, you play in the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Of your life and you get hit with a Riser, the Mega Monarch. Bro, this hurts. This hurts, bro. This hurts a lot. Like, the deck is scary. It's definitely one of the decks I personally, and I know most Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, hate to play, and it's frustrating. And it's just, you're gonna see this deck in a lineup of decks to play against, and you most likely will not choose to play against this deck. And that says a lot. Guys, if you guys are making any online purchases, please feel free to check out the sponsor of this video, Trading Card Mint, giving us guys 7% discount, free shipping, and free sleeves for all singles. Bro, it's the best place to buy Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. Link in the description. Do you guys remember Towers? Yeah. Expertly Noir is a Towers, but on steroids. Next deck is the Pearly. I don't know how you pronounce this guy. This deck is a deck, Exceed deck with the core strategy of controlling the board. Now, The fear factor in this deck is this bad boy right here, Noah. So basically, if this card has 5 or more materials, it's unaffected by opponent's activated effect, which is quite nuts because this deck basically can summon this card with much more than 5 materials. Right? So it's unaffected, and it still has an effect where it can send cards from the field or the graveyard to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, but there's more. Alright? With this effect, some of the attachment, which is all the poly cards, or most of them, can attach themselves to the exit monsters, and there are secondary effects. And there are secondary effects to having these kind of attached. So let's imagine this guy is there flinging everybody out and still has additional effect. Another factor of the deck again. I'm just on this one card. This just the one card that brings the core of fear. The rest of the deck does what it does. But this is what we fear. This is the card everybody fears. It's the towers. It's unaffected. Bounce cards back. Quite crazy. And the theme, which all these decks so far have in common, and I'm only now piecing it, right? The field spell, the damn field spell. The deck has a field spell that protects this guy because based on the police strategy, strategy, pronounce it. You tend to get this bad boy in the field during the opponent's turn. What the field spells indicates that your opponent cannot target Pearly monsters you control with card effects the turn they are special summon. So basically, you are special summoning this card during the opponent's turn. So it's already unaffected, and now they cannot even target it if you happen to have less than 5 materials on it. Maybe 3 bounce, 2 bounce later. Oh my god, bro. This is my favorite deck to play against in Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. This is my favorite matchup. There's no way. Yeah, that's cap, bro. That's cap. This deck right here. Runic Stun. There's not like you don't only fear this deck, you hate it. You hate the opponent, you hate his parents, you hate his friends, you hate everything about the opponent who plays this deck. Runic Stun. Oh my goodness. Runic Stun is scary because it effectively prevents the opponent from playing the game they want to play. The deck can completely shut down any deck, any gameplay, any progress. Yeah, and I think this one this one generates more hate than fear. The fear lies in I really don't want to play against this deck. But when you play against it, the fear is gone. It's just pure hatred. Bro, we talk about a deck that plays floodgates, that disrupts, that recovers, and that draws. All in one turn. Every turn. It doesn't end. It's no fun. It's no fun. And it's there. And it's budget. And you know what's worse? In the 4 decks I've mentioned, in these 5 decks, this one is by far the most budget, the cheapest. Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna say it. I don't know. I don't want to be promoting this because I hate this deck, but we are just here for the W, guys. We are here for the W because playing at a budget, we're already at a disadvantage. So why not? If you're not winning, you're not having fun. It's my motto. I'm gonna stick with it. We want to win. This deck, oh my goodness, it does everything that's not good for Yu-Gi-Oh. Guys, these are some of the scariest decks in Yu-Gi-Oh. Let me know any other scary deck you think the game has that is budget. Let me know in the comment section. Drop kick the like button if you enjoy. Share the video for a friend. You guys already know. See you guys in the next video.